So, interesting things in regards to Spider-Man, Sony, Spider-Verse, everything. Mitch, what's happening here? Because, oh
Well,
boy.
I saw this video going around the old Twitters last night,
Uh-huh.
and it was a decently made video. You know, the editing looked a bit more professional than you see other places,
Yep.
and it was all about the Spider-Mans, all about the Tom Hollands, the Andrew Garfields, and the Tobey Maguires. And it's like, oh, that's just a little fan-made video. Turns out it was from like the Latin American Sony YouTube
Yep.
or one, somewhere like that, and I'm just like. There's no way
And
that's real.
and then
That's not
after it
real.
started to make waves, they deleted the tweet and everything with it and put the video on private. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I see now Twitter's really soured me on these, like, not the American channels of these companies.
Yeah.
Like, you get, like, I know MCU Brazil is just like a fan site, but it's clearly not the actual site. So I always kind of take it like that. It's like, oh, they'd always have like 100k subs or whatever on these channels, and it's like, they're not that big. Is it legit? I can never really tell.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like this looked way too legit.
This looked legit, and when you start digging a little deeper into it, it's being followed and shared by the same people that run all these Sony like official accounts. You're like, so the official Sony account literally links to this account on. So it's like, it's such a weird like scenario to see this thing, and you're just kind of looking at it going, okay, well,
This was a squinty eye fry gift moment, just like
yeah. And the fact that this came right before the whole reveal of Spider-Man 3 in Latin America, in Brazil at the upcoming convention, just raises more eyebrows. Like, people literally going, what is happening right now? And then you have it's just, I don't know, it seems too good to be true, right? But it's coming from a thing that's connected to an official source. You're like, well, how do I take this now? Like,
It's really weird because like people were saying that the captions, like one caption was like, in Spider-Man 3 you quite possibly can see everyone. Yes, 3 Peter Parkers working to save the world together. And then it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like, hang the hell on a minute. What's going? And it's also weird. It's like December. They said we're going to get our first look at everything. So it's like, have they goofed again and put an entire movie online for free?
Oh god, Sony.
It's like, if it was anyone else, I'd instantly be like, nah, this is a load of twaddle. This is crap. But it's like, oh, Sony did put a full movie on YouTube once. And that wasn't the first time they goofed either. So.
Sony did literally accidentally tell people like what they were planning with Spider-Man, and then just be like, "Whoops! I guess that got out for the whole TASM thing." I was like, "Oh, yeah, you guys are really not on point with this." So it's. I struggle to like understand Sony, but you have to understand at some point they do have to have these things done and ready to go for international markets, because it launches like at the same time, right? Like they would want them to be everywhere, and we see this with trailers as well. Like these Sony international trailers that are always slightly different hit moments after the official one hits.
Yeah.
So. Because Sony has this worldwide presence and things, and all these different corporations that are in.
I say it's the same with Marvel as well. Like you look at the Marvel YouTube channels, there's one for every region, and if you follow them all when a trailer drops, you're gonna get flooded.
Oh yeah,
And it's just like, oh, they're all slightly different, they're all slightly different times, and slightly different footage. So
Every consecutive one's slightly better than the last one.
yeah.
So then, how do you think they proceed with this? Because now all signs are pointing to, yes, it's going to be a Spider-Verse film. Yes, we're getting all these different characters. What's the next step? Like, how do they handle this? Do we just get all these Spider-Men, and suddenly we had reports just recently that Sony wants to do another standalone film possibly with each Spider-Man because they see the opportunity to bring them back.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's probably feasible and a reality now. Like, I legit think they will do it.
I think that's where I take it. Like they do what the animated Spider-Verse did. You bring these guys in at the end of this movie. Mm-hmm. This movie isn't going to focus on them. They are purely there at the end, more as a cameo.
Oh man, come on! No one wants to watch an old man Tobey Maguire being Spider-Man.
You say that. You say that. I don't like those movies. I kind of want to see how he do.
Right? I want to see what happens with that character.
Right. Play him off as Peter B. Parker.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to.
He's perfect for it.
Well,
give him the little gut and the juggers. Perfect.
I mean, remember they originally said that was kind of their idea. It was supposed to be an aged Tobey Maguire style version, which is why they make all those references. But then they said, Sony told us no, there's just other things that are happening. So kind of like a real life version of Peter B. Parker, Tobey Maguire, that honestly would work because, I mean, he's grown freaking 15 years, right? Since the last time people saw him. It's like, yeah, that time has come. And then you kind of play Andrew Garfield as the middle-aged one, and then you got Tom Holland playing like the barely gonna hit the 20s. Like, it's kind of perfect. So you have a 20s, 30s, and 40s Spider-Man. Like, that's a perfect way to take this. And you probably are going to bring Miles Morales into this. Like, that's...
No. You can maybe hint at him in some capacity, but you don't bring him into this one.
Honestly, you could... Hell, make that rumor come true where maybe Miles is from Tobey Maguire's universe. There you go.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
That would work.
Kobe, and then...
yeah?
Spider-Man, the Raimi Spider-Man 4 is Miles' movie.
That would be kind of amazing.
Toby tells Tom Holland, get this black teen with exaggerated swagger out of here.
That could be the tagline of the poster.
I was going to say, they need to lean into that. That's got to be the tagline for Miles Morales forever now.
I mean, remember when Sony was like, hey, how about those French fries, Venom?
Oh,
that's what they got to do. Just lean into this. Just do it. Don't. Sony. So overall, it's been a pretty eventful. Well, I don't know, 12 hours for Hollywood. Like,
yeah.
What a time. It's. I don't know. I guess we now just wait and see what Sony's going to say about this. I will not be shocked if during that whole Brazil panel they just give us a small little like sizzle reel intro and a poster confirming all three Spider-Man.
The very least, if this is all legit, bearing in mind, I still don't 100% buy it, but if it's legit, we are absolutely going to get a poster with all three of them on it.
And I guarantee you it's going to look fan-made because that's every official Sony poster because they all look fan-made.
Boss Logic did all the stuff for Far From Home, so yeah, it's going to look fan-made. It's
Did
all gonna
he?
Look, yeah.
I had no idea.
Look at the Blu-ray cover. It's one of his.
Oh, that's wow. I had no idea.
Good for him. It looks like crap, but good for him.
Sony people typically hate their posters or anything they do because they just throw everybody on everything. It's like, well, it kind of fits the Spider-Verse thing though. So
giant webby mess, yeah.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, there we go.
You wait. It's gonna. Here's exactly what it's gonna be. They're gonna do the old Raimi intro for the movies, the recap, where it's the webs, and then between the webs, you're gonna get the little bits of movies from it.
Oh.
And then that's gonna spin round, and it's gonna turn into how the web design for the TASM movies, and then that's gonna slowly there's gonna be little bits of electricity going around everything, and then it's gonna burn it away, and it's gonna look more like the MCU one.
That honestly sounds too legit that I feel like you're not even making it. That I feel like you have seen this thing and you're just like, I'm gonna tell you what it is. That sounds too good to me because it sounds perfect.
That's absolutely my art degree coming into effect there. It's like, this is how I do it.
Yeah, that honestly does make sense. That is how you would do it. Like,
if you see that online now, someone has stolen my idea. I want full credit for that.
And like, you can even see like the three musical themes all morphing into one another, and that's honestly, that would make sense. That's too good not to do it.
You have the fonts of the movie, so you have I don't know what the text will say or whatever, but it would like do the spin round and the font changes to each one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very, very generic movie spin. No.
I mean,
So I got an After Effects plugin and changed the text, and I'm movie guy.
I mean, you say that, but that's literally what the old Raimi thing did.
Yeah.
Because they played into that cheesiness and how that was. So yeah, that would honestly be it. So
Here's what it would say. It would say PlayStation 4, TASM 3, Spider-Man Homeworld.
they're bringing back the old PlayStation 3 font. Just slap that on there.
Yeah, PlayStation 4. What? The 5's out now. Just like, yeah.
God damn. So, in due time, like in about a week, we should have a clear picture of what Spider-Man 3 is going to be. And hopefully, everything turns out to be true. We got that Spider-Verse, and we'll know more. When this hits, we'll talk about it. For all we know, you guys could be getting another 0.5 in like 2 or 3 days. So, we'll see. We will see.
So, when's the Investors Day? Oh, it's on the 10th, so it's in 6 days.
Yeah, and the Sony thing is in like a couple of days, so...
Okay, so at least we've got a show next week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get back to that when we know it, guys. But stay tuned for now, because the news just keeps on coming these last couple weeks. So let's just see what happens.